Hi and welcome to the video. I'm Dame and this is Dame Over, and today I'll be talking you through what I think is the best way to play Battlefield 1. This includes what class, what loadout, and your playstyle. So if you find this video useful or entertaining, make sure you hit the like button before you go, and if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button too. Now when I say the best way to play Battlefield 1, this is what I have found to be the most beneficial for the team and my own personal score. Obviously, this particular set of weapons and playstyle won't suit everybody, as there are obviously a lot of different ways to play Battlefield 1, and what might work well for one player is horrendous for another, so if you do think differently, then please do let me know down in the comments below. So I'll kick things off with what class and why, and as I'm sure you've gathered from the footage, it's the medic class. So since the TTK 2.0 patch, the medic class has really jumped up to the top of the meta, and for a few reasons. The overall effective range for every medic rifle has been improved, with the damage drop-off starting later, meaning at longer ranges they are more effective, and secondly, overall accuracy has also been improved, with reductions in recoil and spread across the class. Meaning that at close ranges, the medic rifles have yet again seen a big improvement. These buffs are of particular importance to today's video, which I will talk about a bit more later on. And let's not forget though that the overall time to kill has been reduced for all classes, with an emphasis on using weapons at their intended ranges. And why the medic class has seen such a big improvement compared to the other ones is that the versatility with each weapon means it's possible to extend the effective range with far less punishment than with other weapon types. For example, the Mondragon, which is a mid-range specialist weapon on paper, can be very effective at long ranges because of its 3-hit kill, and the 8.25 extended is now able to challenge at mid-range very effectively too because of the spread reduction. With the right combination of weapons and gadgets, it makes fighting a medic very difficult in a large variety of situations and from a large variety of ranges. Next, we'll talk about the loadout, which is sort of one in the same with playstyle as well, because it will heavily dictate how you approach the game. And for me, the best loadouts for a game of conquest from the bottom up are a knife variant for the melee kill to utilise the large takedown zone, the light anti-tank grenade, so you have some form of anti-vehicle equipment in your build, and if you're playing an infantry only game type, then obviously make sure you swap it to something like the frag, the healing pouch, the importance of which I'll talk about in a bit, and the medical syringe. And the importance of the syringe is being able to revive your teammates, obviously, and to do it well is a very underrated and massively overlooked aspect of Battlefield 1, especially in the big game types where numbers really can tell in a coordinated attack. For the secondary, I'd heavily recommend a revolver. The revolver Mark 6 is currently my favourite as it has a good balance between damage and fire rate, and because of the large base damage figures, the revolvers themselves have also jumped up to the top of the meta for secondary weapons. Lastly, and most importantly, is the primary weapon, which for me falls between 3 choices for the meta of the medic class, in terms of being able to get the most kills and playing in such a way to gain you the most points. Those choices are the Fedorov Aftermath Trench, the autoloading 8.25 extended, and the RSC Factory. Which brings us nicely onto the playstyle, which you might have gathered by now is aggressive. It's an all-out attack way to play. The weapons I've chosen are experts in shutting down your opponents very quickly and still having enough left in the tank to deal with the next enemy immediately if need be. But where these weapons stand out against their competition is that they are particularly good in close quarters, but their effectiveness extends well into mid-range and in the case of the RSC into long range too. It's true it does take a higher skill level to use each of these guns outside of their intended ranges, but the skill ceiling isn't particularly high. With the RSC, you've got the advantage of having one of the fastest times to kill in the game at all ranges, up to 70 meters. So learning how to be accurate in close quarters and particularly when hip firing means that even against a Parabellum or Automatico, you'll still have a very good chance of walking away from the fight. The Fedorov Aftermath Trench and the autoloading 8.25 extended are the opposite to the RSC in that particular area, in that their strengths obviously lie in CQB. So getting used to the recoil and learning how to measure your shots properly means you can take full advantage of the very fast fire rate for each weapon, and as a result cause your targets big problems at mid-range as well. Where the aggressive playstyle becomes particularly powerful is when you start to use the healing pouches on yourself after each fight. Having the ability to self-heal means that you can remain in the action for far longer than you might with another class. And for each of the guns I've just mentioned, it means you can continue laying down their very effective fire against the enemy with what can sometimes feel like a health boost. Remembering to use the healing pouch straight after a fight and making it part of the rhythm of your play will see you dominating areas and shutting down player after player. you're far more able to hold or attack an objective than with the other classes, as you can simply drop a pouch and brush off any damage you might have received. On top of all of this is the use of the medical syringe and points you get from healing other players too. The whole combination means that if you are vigilant with revives and heals, you'll see yourself more often than not in the top 5 of the leaderboard, and very often on the highlight board too. But that's just what I think. What do you think is the best way to play Battlefield 1? Is the aggressive medic too powerful? Make sure you let me know down in the comments below. And a quick thank you to those of you who are helping me not to get game over by supporting the channel through Patreon. You guys are the reason that I'm able to continue making content, so thank you. And if you'd like to support the channel too, I've left the link to my Patreon page in the description, and I'll leave it on my pinned comment as well, where you can donate as little as $1 a month if you so wish. So if you had a good time, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button too. Make sure you've hit that bell button for notifications so you're guaranteed to be alerted to future posts. Feel free to share this video with whoever and wherever you like. And until next time, that's Dame over. Peace.